morning. How's everybody doing today? It's happy Friday, February 3rd, 2023. Um, I talk about narcissism often because it's something that I've experienced my whole life. And as I was going to bed last night, I started remembering random things that used to happen when I was a kid that I thought were so crazy, but I didn't understand what they were about. I was a child. I had no idea. I just thought that's a weird thing to do. So I thought I would just give a few examples of some of the things that I experienced as a kid that was just weird that my mother would do. Um, One time she went to a office party, with some friends of hers, and I mean that's normal. That's you go out with people you work with or whatever. And she came home late at night. She had obviously been drinking, um, which you would do going out with your friends. And she comes home and she's laughing super loud and she's stumbling in the kitchen. And me and my dad are on the couch watching TV and it's pitch black, because it's nighttime. And she's just laughing at stuff. Like it was obvious that it was attention seeking. Which is why I didn't say anything to her because I knew I was like she might be a little tipsy, but she is not that drunk. It's not she's just not, and she's like falling over and just losing her shit, and I'm thinking, ugh, the dramatics. And then she happens to look into the kitchen sink because she has to pass it to come to the living room, and there's dishes in it. And she says, "Why didn't these dishes get washed?" And I said out loud, "Boy, that alcohol burned off real quick, didn't it?" And then as soon as I said that, she went right back into laughing. And I was like, yeah, that was fake. You were doing that for attention. Another thing she used to do a lot, which I always thought was crazy, is if, say, me and my dad were watching TV or just minding our business. It could have been the whole family, my brother, all of us. We could have just been minding our business. She would come in to the room, sit right on the couch next to everybody, and get on the phone and just have the loudest phone conversations. And she'd do it on purpose because we were enjoying ourselves. And she just couldn't allow that. So she would literally get on the phone and start talking about God knows what as loud as possible. And anytime we'd be like, "Hey, can you go into another room? We're trying to watch this. I'm not bothering you." Yeah, the fuck you are. You really are. Because we were fine before you walked in here. Something else she would do is we could and this would usually happen like during football games or even there was a time my dad and I would sit and watch the show Supernatural together. And she would come into the room, stand in front of the TV, and start folding clothes. There's no need for that. It was almost like if you're not focusing on me, you're not going to get to enjoy yourself. And this is the kind of stuff she'd do all the time. And I was just like, God damn it. Can we not just be at peace and watch TV? Why is that a problem? But she would do things like that all the time. It's like if she noticed that other people were enjoying themselves and she wasn't part of it, she had to disrupt it, which is a very narcissistic thing to do because narcissists need to be the center of attention. My ex-husband is also a narcissist, but he would do weirder things. I'm not even going to say weirder because it's all just fucked up shit to mess with your head. But one thing he would do is hide my stuff. And when I'd ask, "Hey, have you seen this?" "I don't know, that's yours, you need to keep up with it." But then when I find it, it's in places I know it would have never been. Prime example. We were getting evicted from a place that we lived in. My ex-husband did not work like he should have. I was 8 months pregnant with my second child, working two jobs, and he didn't have one, if that explains the amount of work he didn't do. I got sick one time and ended up in the hospital, and he stayed out of work because I was sick. And when he went back to work, he was like, "Oh, well, my wife was in the hospital." I'm like, "Yeah, but I was fine there. You could have went to work." He just didn't go to work. And if I'm not mistaken, he wasn't even at the hospital with me. So I don't know where the hell he was. But he wasn't at work. And got fired from an excellent job because he just didn't show up. But something he would do a lot is we were in the process of getting evicted. I had this pair of high heels that I loved. I bought them myself. They were my shoes. I kept them in the box in the closet. And we were trying to move out of our place. And I go in the closet and I pick up my box to put in my bag, and it's light. Like, I can tell there's no shoes in this box. And that's the only place I kept those particular heels. And so I was like, hey, where are my shoes? And he's like, I don't know, they're yours. You need to keep up with your shit. Okay. You know that I keep these shoes in this box. Why is the box still here and the shoes are gone? I let it go. Several months later, I go into our storage unit and I find this huge trash bag. And I start going through it. This is after we have separated at this point. In the bottom of this bag, well, actually, this bag is full of his sneakers and tennis shoes and all that. So that's what's in this huge trash bag. I start digging through the bag, and lo and behold, there are my heels that he had no idea where they were. So what I did was I got my heels out of that bag. I went and got my toes done. I took some very sexy pictures of my feet, and I sent him a picture, and I said, look what I found in the bottom of your bag with all your shit. But you didn't know where my shoes were. Like, what was the point? And I really believe that the point was, if I wasn't going to wear them for him, I wasn't going to wear them for nobody else. I still got them bitches. And I'm going to find the time to wear them real soon. Because I have recently lost a lot of weight, and I'm going to wear them somewhere. My social life is small, but I'm fixing to pick it back up. But yeah, he was notorious for hiding my shit and pretending like he had no idea where it was. And plenty of things I never found, I now know he's probably got them somewhere, which is crazy. Why would you hold on to things? I mean, I don't understand why anybody would do that. You can't wear the heels. And I have extremely small feet, so you're not going to be able to give them to anybody else, really. So what was the point other than to make me feel like I was crazy? To this day, I still laugh about that, which is probably a sign of trauma. But he would do things like that. And for whatever reason, it made him feel powerful, I guess, to hide my shit so that I'm losing my mind because I know where I put it. But that gave him some kind of something. It's just crazy. The stuff that narcissists do is incredible to me, because if they put half that effort into just being decent, they could be incredible people, but they'd rather scheme. I find it incredible. If it wasn't so tragic, I think it'd be amazing. I really do. But yeah, they got to be the center of attention, and if they don't get their way, they have to retaliate. And I just wonder how many things I can't find now that he's done hid somewhere that I probably still would love to have. But I can't find them because he's hid them because he was mad that I did whatever I wanted to do that wasn't what he wanted to do. Or like my mother disrupting everybody's peace because it wasn't about her. I just can't imagine spending my life like that. I don't get it. It would be incredible if it wasn't so tragic. It really would.